Let's start this custom video review with the image of Sergeant Blain Cooper from the first Predator movie, which stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. And voila! So we have G.I. Joe Classified series Recondo sporting that Sergeant Blain Cooper look. So let me take you through the journey. Sergeant Blain Recondo Cooper. So another character in our G.I. Joe Declassified series collection. So it's no longer a Hasbro thing, but it's my personal thing. Okay, so first thing that I did with this action figure was to get rid of the chest harness, which sported the pistol, because somehow the plastic that was used, the straps, always made the backpack fall off. It's because the backpack has a very short peg, so the plastic also on the chest harness for the pistol was also way too thick. So the G.I. Joe Classified series Outback is a good recommendation for replacement for the chest harness, but it's only good as a strap system for the backpack and also for the minigun, which I'm going to discuss later. So this is a transformable figure from a G.I. Joe Classified series Recondo to a G.I. Joe Declassified series Sergeant Blain Cooper. So basically the pistol, I transferred it to the pistol belt. So very simple modification, and we're ready to discuss the minigun. If you are subscribed to this channel, you would already know that the backpack which the minigun would belong to, or belong to this machine gun, has been issued, or I issued it with my G.I. Joe Declassified series Roadblock. So this now sports a bear backpack. So since he already has two ammunition bags on the side of the vest, it's just a redundancy to include this thing with the action figure, because that is just way too much weight. So since I already had the Recondo figure, I just had that itch of creating a Predator Sergeant Blain Cooper figure. Okay, so let's discuss this minigun system. So this backpack, I bought it from a action figure that I saw at Ross or possibly TJ Maxx. So something of those Christmas specials that they would offer, a cheap action figure set which would house a lot of accessories, and this accessory was one of them. So I got this and this in two separate purchases. This was way before my YouTube channel. So I already had these two accessories, the bag and the minigun, way before this YouTube channel. So I already configured this to a complete minigun system just this afternoon for this video review to create my own Declassified series Sergeant Blain Recondo Cooper. So I heavily researched on the minigun system, and I somehow already made changes to the setup. Of course, we have the ammunition bag, and the minigun, if you make a research, needs a power supply system to enable it to fire. So you need a battery, and somehow in my loose parts accessories bin, this resembled somehow something of a battery or a power supply. So this thing, this wire that you are seeing is just your hair band. So that is rubber band, nothing really fancy. So I connected it to the minigun. It's supposed to attach to this side, but somehow I couldn't make it work, or I couldn't make any or find any accessories that could possibly fit this peg, so I had to, well, make a hole underside the belly of the minigun and attach this wire. So we still, even though it's not accurate that the power supply system is connected on this peg, we still have a power supply system that would power the dynamo of the minigun, which is going to be this round thing. Okay, so it's connected under belly, and I also did another modification to the minigun. So that is something rubber thing that I found in my house maintenance bag. So I found out that it could hold on to the ammunition belt well, so I used it. Plus it really looks subdued, that when I glued it to the underbelly of the minigun, it looks really like it belongs or was issued to this accessory. So simple modifications to a thing that, or a accessory or a weapon accessory that I already have for a long time and have been using to and fro with my other YouTube action figure reviews. So this finally has found its home with my G.I. Joe Declassified series Sergeant Blain Cooper. So we detached the backpack from the figure, and finally we have the minigun system on the G.I. Joe Classified series Recondo figure. So now it is transformed to a G.I. Joe Declassified series Sergeant Blain Cooper. So let's do a quick 360 of the figure. So on this side we have the battery, and it runs just nicely to the right side to the power supply system for the minigun. And with regards to the feeding system for ammunition, well, we still have the power supply which powers the backpack to feed ammo to the minigun. So the ammunition belt would run through the underside of the minigun, and actually I could still reposition this left or right according to my own personal liking. But with regards to this video, with regards to setup, so you could see the details where the ammunition would feed and where the power would feed. So left would be power supply system, right would be power supply system, left would be the ammunition. And in case he runs out of ammunition with the big gun, he still has the machete and the pistol to rely on for self-defense. Okay, since Sergeant Blain Cooper had a different camo system on in the Predator movie, let's move this customization or KitBash to another level. So on my right is my G.I. Joe Declassified series Sergeant Stalker figure. And of course, we have another Sergeant Stalker which I already prepped and ready to take on the head and the minigun system for the Sergeant Blain Cooper that I have in mind. So let's go on with the mod. As reference point, when you measure the neck systems of both action figures, the base wherein the neck is going to attach with the action figure, they are actually just the same. So the color is just going to be different with regards to the Sergeant Stalker figure. So just apply a little bit of heat, pop off that neck, take the neck from the Recondo figure and transfer it to this figure. And actually you could still use the hands, apply some heat, detach those hands and attach it to this figure. But since I already made a prep, I'm just going to detach the neck piece and attach it to this Sergeant Stalker body, and we're going to attach the minigun system, the head cover, and we're going to finally present it. So utilizing the Sergeant Stalker base body, we finally have a full Sergeant Blain Stalker look. So let's do a quick 360 of the figure. So full weapon system with regards to the minigun, and just in case he once, as I discussed earlier, loses all of the ammunition or runs out of ammunition, he still has the pistol and the knife for self-defense. So something that is doable with the materials that you could possibly already have on board. Well, if you don't have the minigun, this specific minigun, Gridiron Studios has one offered online, but somehow it's quite pricey for the price of about 31, but it's a whole system. So you have the minigun, you have the ammunition pack, you have the backpack, and plus other accessories for possibly about 31 or 32. Well, it does not include tax. But since I already have this, the ammunition belt from my 12-inch lot or 1:6 scale military action figure lot, and I already have this on board, so I just didn't have the reason to buy a minigun system for 1:12 scale G.I. Joe Declassified series or Classified series Recondo figure or Stalker Recondo combination. So just presenting my idea, something that is doable if you have that Sergeant Blain Cooper itch with regards to having a Recondo figure on board. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.